Good evening, everybody. Dr. Glow here with Black Girl Everything. I'm excited for this lovely Tuesday on this rainy night to have an amazing conversation to someone I've actually spent 3 days with in the last 7 days, which has been amazing to actually share space with you. Someone we've been watching each other like for 2 years and like, hi, now I see you. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
So please tell everybody your name and where you're from.
So my name is Manijeh. I am currently in Queens, New York. I'm not originally from New York, but I've been here for about 15, 16 years now. So I think I'm a official New Yorker.
I
Um,
would think so.
yes.
Okay, definitely don't, definitely don't. So, what is the name of your business, and what are we going to actually know? If forget all that, tell me a little bit about you. What is your story? That's the way new way I'm gonna ask that question. What is your story?
My story. My story is long and treacherous. But I mean, in my story, I've just overcome a lot. I used to be an elementary school teacher. I made the decision, which was a dream of mine, but I made the decision to leave the DOE and pursue my business Alignedwire full time. Um, since 2019, I had my spiritual awakening, and I was all about crystals and crystal healing. I used to carry them around with me, and it just kind of fell into my lap for it to be a business, and it ended up making me realize it was my purpose in the way that I was able to help heal others in the collective. So, yeah.
Definitely dope, definitely dope. Because it's interesting when we live throughout our purpose rather than people since they start these businesses. Like I'm gonna start a business. Like in 2020, everybody was making lip gloss. I
Mm-hmm.
joke about it all the time. There's like 5,000 lip gloss business. I'm like, well, what is your passion? What do you want about that? Because you're not living your purpose. It doesn't really actually, you're not actually really living, right?
Absolutely.
So tell people a little bit more about your business, Align.
So Alignedwire is a copper and crystal healing business. And it's really funny because a lot of people ask me, like, when did you start? Right. And I say December 31st, 2020 was when the spark happened. So a lot of people say, oh, it came out of COVID. I'm like, not at all. In fact, during 2020, I was making t-shirts that said spiritual health matters. That's what I was doing. I
Mm,
was naming them after crystals. So people are like, I just want a yellow shirt. I'm like, no, you want citrine, so I was telling
yeah.
them, no, it's citrine. But I ended up making myself a ring randomly. And a lady at the store saw me. She had a crystal shop on December 31st, 2020, Roosevelt Field Mall, Sweet Freya, shout out to her. So that was the shop. I went in looking for a small crystal to make myself another ring. And she saw it. She's like, did you make that ring? I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you do wholesale? I'm like, this is my one ring. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, you should start a business. You should start a business and I'll buy it. So within 2 weeks, I created my first line of rings, which is all for the 7 chakras because I believe in chakra healing so much.
Mm-hmm.
She has 2 stores. I'm not in any of her stores, never was. But 3 years later, I have a successful business, and it was just a conversation that needed to be had. Yeah, so I have rings, necklaces, earrings, and it really just started with rings, but it grew because men would come. Do you have something for me? Or hey, do you have anklets? Do you have this? Do you have that? So as people asked, I was responding to what they needed, and my business grew in that way.
Great. So you said that you looked at your research of the customer base and created products that were desired by the customers you were serving.
Absolutely.
Because people sometimes they create these aspects of their business. I'm like, yeah, well, who said they wanted that?
Mm,
Like, oh, I thought I was going to do this. Okay, do people really want it for your business? Like, what is that really going to make, and who are you really serving with that particular purpose?
absolutely. I
That
love
definitely,
the it's so organic. That's why I feel like every
yeah,
aspect of my business is so organic. And that's why I really feel like it's part of my purpose because it's just natural. It just feels like it's easy. And I just love being able to have these healing conversations with people as a result of my products.
yeah. So talk to me about these healing conversations. What would that look like?
So it can look pretty different. So a lot of people come to my table and they'll say, I don't know what crystal I need. So something that I have on my table, remember I was a teacher, so
Mhm,
I'm all about sharing information and organizing the way that information is shared. So I
mhm.
have cards for each crystal. It'll tell what chakra it's for. It'll tell the spiritual healing, which a lot of people know about crystals, like, oh, I want to get positive energy. But some
Mhm.
people don't know the physical healing that it can help with gallbladder, hair, skin, nails, memory, all of these physical aspects of your being. So people will come, I'll say, okay, well, just read the cards, see what resonates. Um,
Yeah.
and then they'll say, wow, this is one I really need. And they'll start to tell me about maybe something they're going through in life. Um,
Hmm.
or they'll like spiritually, or they'll talk about a physical ailment, like, hey, do you have anything for arthritis? And my entire line is for arthritis because I use exclusively copper, which is great for your joints
Is it
overall.
really?
Copper is like a super metal. It already exists in our bodies. It's a trace mineral or trace metal that's in our bodies already, but it helps with our red blood cells. It reoxygenates our blood system, which is why it helps with the joints. It clears some of that stagnation. It detoxes your blood. It regenerates new blood cells as well, or brain cells as well. So crystals are very healing metal, or copper, excuse me, a very healing metal. So we have those types of conversations, or people will come back to me and say, hey, I bought this from you. And ever since, I've been having these, people have been leaving my life, maybe people who need to go. I've changed my job. I've had confidence to do these things. So people come back and like report back to me like how the crystals have helped them. And then
This is really
I'm
interesting.
a reader as well. So sometimes when people say, I don't know what I need, I'll say, okay, just tell me your name. I'll channel for you and let you know what you might need. So they tell me their name, I'll get an insight, and then I share it with them. And it usually resonates. And then I'll get tears, we'll have those therapeutic conversations then.
So interesting. I love that because I think for people, that means you're really grounded and really connected to the universe. And I said that to people, that's one of my major gifts. It's like when I communicate with folks and have conversations with them, my mind starts to create the life that I want to see for them. And it's like, oh, I really wanted to do that. I said, no, because you need to start doing it. So I don't know what you're waiting for.
Right.
Right. Because the universe just told me just now, go do it. Go do it. That's where you really should be at. Right. But it's like certain people are really connected and in tune with self and in tune with the universe to be able to catch that for other individuals, which is an amazing, amazing gift. Very interesting. I love it. I love it. I love it.
My 11/11 birthday. That might be it.
And that might be it. That might exactly be it. So tell me a little bit more. So I know you're also a published author.
Yes.
And just to be secret, my daughter actually has your book. It's downstairs in her room.
Yay. But I do actually have my most recent one right next door. So Citrine is the most recent. So something that's interesting about Healing Heroes. So my series is called Healing Heroes. So as I said, Alignedwire did not come out of COVID. In January 2020, I wrote 16 books. I went to Barnes & Noble for every weekend in January of 2020 because I just wanted to be in that environment. And I wrote all of my books. I said, you know what? I want to have some sort of super healing crystal for children. So each book in the collection focuses on one crystal and it gives affirmations for that. So yeah, I wrote all of them in 2020, January 2020. I couldn't find the perfect illustrator until October 2021. So it took about a year to change to find the perfect illustrator. And then after that, the whole publishing process was like another year. So I didn't release my first book until December 2022, almost 3 years after I wrote all of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
that's the process. So what inspired you to write the book? I know you wanted to write it for children, the healing process and everything else, because you worked with children, but what else behind that was for you?
I use affirmations so much, and I just tap into the power of affirmations. And honestly, I've always wanted to write children's books, but my work, even with Alignedwire, is all about how we making life better for youth. How are we making sure that their light is preserved and cultivated and enriched? So with Alignedwire, I feel as though the crystal healing can help with the adults, so they can heal their own trauma and don't pass it on to the children. And then with the healing books, now they have a tool that's accessible. They don't even need to know how to read the words. They can look, my illustrator is so dope. So you can just look at the visual and say, okay, wait, I know what this scenario is. This could be stressful for me. So let me look at this affirmation for it. So really everything that I do, whether it's my Healing Heroes books or Alignedwire, it's all about how am I cultivating and preserving that light in youth. And that goes back to my own childhood of wanting to have that light celebrated and cultivated and nurtured within me. And knowing that I didn't really start my healing journey until I was 33 years old, 4 years ago. Right? So I want to make sure that youth don't have to wait so long for that.
Yeah. I think, one of my 33 was a very, very, very magical year for me. That was 10 years ago for me at this point. But 33 was magical. And I want to say it was one of the most pivotal moments in my whole life is when I transitioned from one human to the next.
Yeah.
because I just hit that moment and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that no more. And it's just like you just learn about who you want to be and who you are and how you want to grow. And then I just pivoted really quickly and I just turned into this amazing human being. I'm
Yeah.
excited. July hits 44. So I think it's gonna be some magic
Ah,
that's gonna
that's
happen again with this pivot going into my 44th birthday. And the magic has already started for this
yeah.
year. 2024 has been magical ultimately just in general. So
Mhm.
when July 3rd comes, it's going to be popping out here.
Over. Yes, and it's funny you say that because I received my first crystal when I was 11. I had
Okay.
I got a Scorpio book and it had like a little red jasper in it because red jasper is one of the crystals for Scorpio.
Uh-huh.
When I was 22 is when I actually really started wearing crystals for reasons. So I was a teacher. It was my first year teaching. I had parent teacher conferences. I was so nervous. So I got a
Mm-hmm.
tiger's eye. Used to wear my tiger's eye whenever I had to speak to parents. I'm like, I need some confidence. I need to be grounded. I need to relax. So that's 22, right? 11, 22. And then 33 was my spiritual awakening. So it's really
Wonderful.
interesting that it's going every 11 years. It's like, yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize, and I gotta think back when I was 11, what was going on. But yeah, but definitely numbers are such a powerful thing. So
Mm.
I'm not shocked when all these transitions happen in those double things, those double years of those numbers, and what that's going to anticipate for me. So I'm excited as I'm in a year of that because people ask me now, like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 44. Not yet, but I am. So I'm claiming it early, just so I can start exercising the magic of being 44.
Yes, and it's
Well,
an 8 year too, and 44 equals 8. So you're in like full alignment with like infinity, like major manifestation, everything.
word, I'm telling you, and it's happening for me in the back end. I'm telling you the stuff that's happening right now. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like my biggest dreams are just falling into my lap. I'm not even working that hard for it. So
Mm.
it's just definitely been amazing. So where do you see yourself going with this business?
So I do intend to have a storefront at some point.
Okay.
So my business has been built through vending. I've been going to different events for like the last 3.5 years. That's
Got it.
really my business has built and grown like all over. I don't stay in New York. I'm like, okay, what's in Atlanta, what's in Virginia, what's in whatever, Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, right? So I say that to say I love interacting with people in real time and being out and about and meeting other vendors and other business owners, right? But I do want to have a storefront in which part of the time I am selling jewelry, but the other part of the time I'm doing healing work. So
Got
maybe
it.
readings for people, like Akashic readings, things of that nature, or just having these energy consultations. So I would like to expand it into the service aspect,
Yeah.
connected with them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also another stream of revenue too, because people can contract you for a whole nother type of service. Like figure if you did these at like baby showers,
Right.
like
Imagine.
manifest parties.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that's my Instagram name too, Manifest 11. So yes, manifest.
They're telling you manifest parties. And like even if you're doing it even for professional development,
Mm-hmm.
for teachers to help reground themselves with children
Yes.
with challenging behaviors who bring in energies that are toxic from home.
Mm-hmm.
How to protect yourself within the educational space.
I love that. I know, I think it was 2020 when I brought tourmaline into my classroom. I had fifth graders. Okay. Fifth graders in the springtime are different.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to bring amethyst in there to draw out any negative energy, transmute into positivity. I brought
Yeah.
tourmaline for grounding. So I think I know they work. So I love that idea of really bringing it into schools in that way, because that's another way to impact children. I do miss working with so many children at once and being in that space. So yeah, I would love
Yeah, no, I just think it's a cool idea. Yeah, cool idea. I can see that now, having little seances and spaces.
that.
Because people need it. They're so exhausted, right? Especially in our educational system right now. It's so challenging for so many different reasons. We also were still in the back end of COVID, so we had children who were already struggling before the pandemic who were really struggling now. And then we have teachers who were burnt out before then who were really burnt out now. And then like different ways that they can heal within themselves as they go through the humps to get back to enjoying the day-to-day of what they do and their experiences with life.
And I think that's the power too, like just of crystals in general, or just setting intentions around and taking control over your spirit and what your experiences are, because we're always going to have things on the external that are happening that we have zero control over.
Yeah.
But I think that crystals kind of serve as a reminder. They also have their own energy, right? But you have to have the intention for them to work and to receive their energy into your own field.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, it comes back to, again, with my books, with my jewelry, it's all about, okay, I want you to remember your light. Like, that's why I'm here. I'm here to walk with people on their journey to remembering who they truly are, which is,
Yeah.
so yeah, I definitely resonate with that.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely cool. So what is your next event? Where are you going to be outside at next?
Where is my next event? Oh my goodness. I'm like, where am I? April 13th, I will be in the Bronx for a wellness event, working with Bronx Holistic Healing. I've done so many.
I love Bronx Holistic Healing.
Abena, right? She's amazing. Yes.
Yeah, I
So,
love them. I sponsored one of their first events. It
yes.
was definitely dope.
Oh,
Met a lot of cool people through that process too. Sponsorship is the best.
yeah, she's amazing. Like, she knows how to pull communities together, and that's really powerful. So I'll be vending April 13th, and then April 14th I'll be in Queens at Sanger Hall. They have like an art showcase. So I'll be one of the artists that are there. So yeah, those are my next upcoming events.
That's definitely dope. Excited. And you'll be at Black Women in Music on May 11th.
Yes, May is packed. May is packed.
Oh my goodness.
I just booked something else in Mineola. There's a foodie festival, and I'm a foodie, so it's just very aligned in that way too. So I'll be at the women's entrepreneur event with BGE. So yes, I'll be all over in May. So please, my newsletter will be coming out this week, and I'll put all of my upcoming events.
Yeah, put it on there. I'll share so everybody can know, because you're also VIP collective member, so you get special privileges from me. I have to drop your name and talk about you and put people towards your business and all that stuff all around the world as I'm out here, because you know your work is great. Like, you know what I was really thinking? I'm thinking that I think I need something, a specialized piece, especially around memory and balance.
Okay.
So let's think about what we're going to create that's going to be just gorgeous and beautiful. That's going to go around my neck. That works with memory and balance.
Okay. I'm already channeling lapis lazuli and howlite.
Yeah, yeah. I want a creative piece though. I want to be really creative. I want something else that nobody else has.
Yes. Yes. That's my favorite thing to customize, because as you said before, you're not just creating stuff and people are like, well, who wants that? Why did you make that? I love custom work. That's something that I love to do at my tables. I know you've seen me
all the time.
Just making. But that's one of my favorite things to do. People say, hey, I need this. I'm like, okay. It's almost like a crystal prescription. Like, that's how I see it. So I would love to create a custom piece for you.
Yeah, that would be perfect. So I can rock it. Especially you guys, you're gonna be at 425, right? I dropped it today. Our VIP collective in person at Sweet Catch in Brooklyn.
It sounds like
Thursday.
I'm my notes. I gotta see what
yeah, put that on your calendar, because I'm sorry for everybody else who's watching. It's for VIP collective members only. It's exclusive. And talk about you want to open a brick and mortar. That's what she's talking about. She has 3 restaurants. No, 2, a restaurant, like a bar, like 2 ice cream shops here in Westchester. Her name is Kawana Jefferson. She's amazing, Black woman. Yes, from Sweet Catch. That's where we'll be at, where I'm hosting our BGE VIP collective meetup there. So you guys are going to come have dinner and drinks and stuff. It's going to be real cute, real bougie.
Okay, I'll be there.
Very excited. Yep, on April the 25th. For anybody else who's interested in participating or being there, you must be a VIP collective member to even get in the door. It's an exclusive experience for BGE VIP collective members. We're going to have media there. It's going to be beautiful. And then also learn, because as I'm also opening my first sensory gym, which I'm very excited about.
Yes.
Very, very excited. And I'm excited also to bring you in to work with the kids, especially children with sensory needs, about how to balance themselves and their baby chakras.
I love that, because the little ones are so close to the other side, like the veil, they're tapped in, and sometimes we snuff that out.
And we have to enlighten that, because they know what's going on out here.
Dude, I'm like, so what did you say? Like, what did you say? I need to know. And they have so much wisdom.
Yeah, we be like, no, yeah, I don't know nothing. They know everything. I love early childhood, and I work with these really young kids because they come up with some stuff sometimes. They tell me about people, but that's not a nice person. Okay, I trust what they're saying. Thank you.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I trust it all the time because people they don't do that even when their kids are little. They say, "Well, I don't like Uncle so and so," then you find out funky stuff about them later.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
know.
And then there's no ego to like, rationalize these emotions, these
Nope.
intuitions.
It just is what it is. You suck. I don't like you.
Like cats. That's how cats act.
Yeah, I can't get down with cats. I'm really allergic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love cats. But I'm just like, who do you cuddle up on? I need to see who you cuddle up on, who you want to.
Yeah, I can't do it. They're beautiful animals. Like they're beautiful. My allergies just don't get down with them whatsoever. I do have dogs. I'm allergic to dogs too, but not as allergic as cats. Cats, there's something about them
Yeah.
that they just trigger me off. Can't do it.
I'm
Can't.
sorry.
But anyway, so how can people find you like on the internet and stuff?
Okay, so my social media for Alignedwire is aligned.wire. Shout out to Instagram for making me put a dot in there, but it's aligned.wire. For my children's books, it is at The Healing Heroes. So The Healing Heroes. And look out for that because I have some plans for The Healing Heroes and for it to expand in different ways than just the children's book itself. So
Parent workshops?
parent workshops, I'm going to build a curriculum around it because I have background in curriculum development, some peer leadership, youth leadership work around the Healing Heroes. So I have some great things around Healing Heroes that
I like all those things, especially when it's in like my sensory gym, which is gonna be like a small little children's museum with a children's room.
I love it. And I want to tell you something. So a year ago, because I recognize the spring as the new year, right?
Okay.
So that's when I do my vision board. So last year I did my vision board, and of course you're pulling from magazines, but I've purposely structured my vision board to look like a magazine. It's been on my phone since then.
Okay.
I just like see it all the time. I'm getting chills now because I've been saying I want to be in a magazine. I want to be in a magazine. I want to be in a magazine. And you provided the first experience for me to be featured in a magazine with the winter issue. So January was huge. I was just like, what? Like it came to be in the last quarter of the year. So thank you for being a
welcome.
My vision.
That is amazing. And I think that's when we were supposed to connect because we've been around, we've kind of been in the same spaces. And it's kind of like, oh, hi, oh, it's cool. But then we connected. And now it's because, people connect when they're supposed to connect with you because we're supposed to be assets to each other in this time, not before. It's supposed to be right now.
It's true. And I think that speaks to the point that we literally saw each other 3 days back to back to back. We had no idea we were going to be in the same spaces like that.
Not at all. Not at all. Besides this one.
So
yeah. But it's been dope. So it's been great sharing time with you and space with you. I continue to enjoy this. We've been actually talking a lot too, working on a lot of other things. So this is going to be a real great experience for the both of us as utilizing each other as assets with our lives and our businesses. And this custom piece that I'm gonna have, that I'm using my next really, really dope photo shoot with my photographer. I can't wait to do it because I'm getting a real cut down low shirts. I love doing that. I love going very androgynous in my photo shoots. So people will be like, wait. Wait. Wait for it, people. Next photo shoot's coming up. We get something customly made by Yele. We call Yele. Get some custom suit real quick. She's dope. She's out of Baltimore. She does a lot of African print stuff.
That would be a nice combination. Okay.
Okay. I have to do it. It has because it's gonna go. It's gonna look real sexy, real cute, real productive. What is it? Provocative in a way, but educational and smart, energetic, and lovely all at the same time.
All of it encompassing Dr. Glow. That's it.
It's gonna be great. I'm in section right now. I'm like, I need a suit. All right, so it's been amazing. Been amazing talking with you today and sharing space with you. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you all for everybody for tuning in on Facebook. I see all your comments over there. Make sure you share this video. You can find it later on my YouTube channel, which is Black Girl Everything. Please make sure you follow us, follow her brand, get some books. She has 16 of them, and get your custom piece made. Right? Pop up at one of her new events and get yourself some balance, some security, some love. Get your chakras in line so you can stop being that person you don't want to be anymore. Like, just start figuring all these things out because she has what you need. All right. So thank you again, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.